Sweeper number 2.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. The Agent Open, the trilogy. You're on Friday nights. Emil Williams Jr. Roto Schlemer.
I'm still Roto Schlemer, and we have a third member to the booth this evening. One of our sponsors.
Let's go.
That's right, Mike Calderon of B3 Performance. Mike, it's always a pleasure.
I am next to 2 great gentlemen. This is amazing. This is way better than being in the shop.
Yeah.
This is way better. Like, yeah, way better.
How you been?
I have been amazing. I have actually been great. Great. How have you guys been?
Been good.
The tournament's going good.
It is going well. And
watching it a little bit.
In the shop?
Yeah, in the shop. On the TV.
Do you have a jumbotron in the shop, or is it just
I do.
a TV?
No, it's fairly good size because I had a degenerate working for me. That would be my my late great employee, Wesley Lowe, and he was like, "Hey, we should put a TV in the back because we can watch sports." And I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea." And he's like, "Yeah, we can bet." I'm like, "Oh, that's where it went bad." But I did it.
But it's a good size TV.
It's pretty good. 85.
85. Of course it is. 85 inches. Yeah. You know,
why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it? Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
I hear you clucking loud and clear.
Agent Ong is in front of me.
Facts. Yep. There you go.
Is that better?
Got it.
Okay.
Now we're
All right. Yeah, so it's this looks hard.
Yeah, some say.
This looks hard.
Some beg to differ. Shot making is a requirement, I think, in this deal, as we've broadcast for these first 2 days. Not impossible, and I think one thing I've referenced to. And I don't know if you probably heard it if you've been watching the stream, right? Yes. In comparison to like when you go bowl Open Championships, right?
Yep.
They're not impossible. They're just more difficult than you're used to seeing.
Correct.
And I think, and that was one of the things we were chatting about off camera before, right? Like, I had a conversation with Bree Cote, and I think you might have walked up, like the deal of, well, I'm wondering what the pattern is, and it's like 35 feet and flat. I go, yeah, when's the last time I was ever running this building? She goes, I don't think ever.
No.
Then I go, so, because she was questioning, she's like, it makes me wonder what the pattern truly is. She goes, or if it's just topography. And I go, and so everybody that's brought that up, and I go, well, how many times have you bowled on a 35-foot flat pattern here?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Never.
No.
I'm like, okay, well, that kind of explains it then, right?
Yeah, especially in this building. I mean, just the characteristics of this building in general.
Yeah.
Throughout the years has always been kind of like a little crown in the middle. So then you put that flat pattern out, and where your spot that you're supposedly looking at is on the bottom side of the crown. That makes it real weird because as soon as you get it in a little bit, it overhooks. And you go out to it, it wiggles off that spot. So, and you just don't get to bowl on this.
Exactly. And have you ever bowled here? Have you bowled league or anything here?
I've bowled here a few times,
okay.
Tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, because so the question pair in the building is 5 and 6,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And we've heard it anything from it's maybe the best pair in the state. It's definitely the best pair in the building. But then, like, we're looking at it right now with Robbie and those guys on there. Nobody's off to – well, I'd say about Robbie's got spare strike.
Fitz is off to a decent start.
And Fitz is okay, I guess. Well, no, Fitz is up on
Robbie's
spare split.
Oh, it's Robbie. Excuse me.
Yeah, Robbie's off to the quick start.
Yeah,
it's just interesting the way you carve them up and break them down, especially in practice, especially using Thane. Again, because it's a 2-game super. You're going to the next pair. How did they play them? I tell you, as we were talking off camera, 9 and 10.
Yeah,
you got some guys playing in with reactive, and you got a lefty. 9 and 10 is not going to be pretty for whoever comes here next.
Correct.
I've been waiting for somebody to try to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making. I mean,
I knew someone would do it.
Yeah, Garrett looks all right in there.
Mike, I know we won't have you for too long, so I do want to make sure that we plug B3 as best as we can, especially as a sponsor here. And so where is B3 located, and what does B3 offer?
Great questions.
He's like, I didn't study for this. Why
I'm
you
like,
guys do
this
the
is
hard
a test.
ones? Straight out the hard
What are
ones.
we doing test here? We are located in Tempe, Arizona.
Okay.
We are a 4-lane training center pro shop. So we have 4 lanes. We have all of the analytics that you could want. We have Specto, we have Torch, we have high-speed cameras, front, back, side. My brother-in-law is our head instructor, Brett Wolf. My lovely wife handles everything else pretty much, and I just put holes in balls. That's literally
How it goes.
That's literally what I just sit in the back.
Hey, at least you know your role.
I do know listen. I made myself a little room. It's got a TV.
Right, it's a big TV.
It's a big TV. I have plenty of ball plug, so I just kind of sit back there and mix
Drill
ball
holes
plug
and
and
fill
MEK,
holes.
and
It's cool. I got
It's
it.
kind of cool. Like, I got a resurfacing machine, so I gotta get stuck watching that because it's like water and the ball rolling around.
Yeah.
But no, we have 4 lanes. We do lessons, individual lessons. We also have just open. You can come in and practice. We only run sport patterns. We have a brand new Kegel Flex Walker, so we can put out any pattern that you have the numbers to it. We can design it and put it out for you if you want to practice on it. Like the military tournament, we have a bunch of guys that usually come up once Mr. Edelman posts that tournament, the pattern, then I just create it, put it in Kazi, and then run it through the machine so people can come up.
Practice on, get an idea of the pattern. Yeah.
At least get it. Listen, it's never going to play like South Point, right? Because like
Correct.
we could go through and
Topography
and
and
South
building
Point,
and
yeah, and just the atmosphere,
just bowling in general. Yes.
Yeah, you walk
The
in, and you're like,
you can't you can copy a pattern, but you can't replicate the environment.
Exactly. So like we try to. It's a private type place. We have all the windows are frosted, so it's like nobody's going to be in there. If you're in the lanes, you're in there to bowl, not to like critique somebody about bowling when you don't really want the critiquing because you're practicing spares, like
Right.
which every bowler understands when some random person just comes up and is like, you know what you should try?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should try to leave you alone is what I should try.
Yeah.
But we can at least get you into balls that would make sense so that your progressions make a little bit more sense.
Yep.
Because like
Arsenal building.
we all know that it's much easier when you're not like just guessing at the ball that you're going to pull out. Well, the blue ball looked good last week, so let's try it. But the blue ball necessarily is a 2-inch pin that's going to roll at your feet and go forward. So
Correct.
at least if you have an idea, kind of like what your yardage is in golf, right? You go to PGA Superstore and they put you on the simulator, and
Yeah, they put you on the launch monitor.
Yeah, and all of a sudden
you
you're
learn all your numbers and get all that figured out. Right?
yeah. So if we can do that with bowling balls, and
For
Spectro
sure.
allows us to go front to back
Yeah.
with balls, it just makes it a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're on.
And what does B3 stand for? Is it just a letter and the number?
Yeah, like so the original place was Bowl 300 Pro Shop
Okay.
and Training Center
All right.
when I first opened 18 plus years ago. But then as I kind of grew in the industry and realized that sometimes there's people that just don't really understand what we're trying to do with grow the sport.
Right.
I just rebranded it as B3, like a small version of Bowl 300, but as B3 Performance. So it's a separate entity. Like if you want to come in there and like, if you have other pro shops you go to, or if you're somewhere in like Louisiana and that's your guy, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I just want you to come in and basically get better at the craft that we're all trying to become better at. So like, I want to be the mini version of Kegel, right? Like
Gotcha.
Kegel is the world leader in lane conditioning and training.
Training center. Yes.
It's unbelievable. Like if you haven't been there, you should go out to Lake Wales. Those
Yeah,
guys
pretty cool.
are unbelievable. But like they're so big, that I wanted to do something that was a smaller version that anybody can come to, and you can schedule a time and come in and either work on your own, and we'll show you how to use the analytics of Specto and all that stuff, or work with one of the coaches so that you can kind of just get a couple ideas of maybe things to work on when you go back bowling. And now your bag makes more sense with, you know, how important it is, and you know this better than anybody, Schlem, how important it is to get proper layouts on bowling balls.
Correct.
To fill your bag.
Yep.
Like, just because it works for your buddy at league, if we drill it the same way as your buddy at league and his axis is 3 inches over and 4 inches up, and you're 2 inches down and 5 inches over.
Yeah, totally different.
It's going to roll terrible.
And rev rates and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I used this analogy a couple weeks ago at a seminar clinic, and me and Zach Trevino were out doing some stuff. Everybody's 9-iron's different.
Yes.
And so for some people, a 9-iron, and our product line example, might be a tropical surge, right?
Correct.
Some people it might be a hustle. Yeah. Some people it might be a hyperdrive pearl.
Yeah.
That's their 9-iron based on how they throw it, what they're doing. And so, you got to have that full, encapsulate the whole thing, fully understand what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish, and just have I don't know, I think have a direction and an understanding of what that is.
At least see it.
Yes.
And you can see it here on a real pattern that nobody's bowled on. So when you book the lanes, you're always on a fresh pattern. We strip and royal every time. So that way at least you can really see what those balls are doing that you're purchasing and kind of blend out your bag to make it make more sense.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Emil, you got somebody else coming in. So I think I'm going to be here tomorrow.
Are you really going to be here tomorrow?
I can't promise that. But I can say that I will make a conscious effort to come tomorrow. It'll probably be later in the day.
That's fine.
Because we're open earlier. But, yes, I would love to come back. But we will be watching, tuning in. But anybody who wants a challenge should come down here and watch this.
I agree with that.
Facts.
This is legit.
I
appreciate you letting me sneak in here for a minute.
Well, we appreciate you and supporting this tournament, and being a part of the bigger picture. Because, again, there's a reason why all the sponsors are involved in something like this, because we see bowling on a different level, a different scope, right?
Yeah. It's more than just, getting drunk with your buddies and nachos. Like, that's all right. I'm not denying that fact. But there is another element to the sport that makes it very difficult, and the more knowledge you have, the funner it will become.
Absolutely.
Well, make sure you stop by tomorrow. Let me know when you're here.
I will try. I will text you.
Please do.
And let you know that Mr. Garvey is coming.
All right, bet.
Oh, we would love that. And bring a clipboard.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
All right, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Mike. That is Mike Calderon, ladies and gentlemen, of B3 Performance. And in 1 second, we will be joined by someone who has made a trip out. Kyle Troop actually talked about this gentleman a little bit earlier. If you joined us, I guess way back this morning. Now during Squad 3. But Kyle
way back this morning, we're not
way,
pushing 9 p.m. here local time.
Way back
this morning was, back at about 9:45 a.m.
Kyle,
is when we talked about you were referenced or brought in.
Kyle talked about his health, nutrition, and he specifically mentioned one individual, and that individual is now here. So we welcome to the booth for the first time today, Mr. Dave Hintz with Underrated Muscle. Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and just so you know, I did not have to pay Kyle to say that.
Well, I tell you, listening to him, and then obviously we had a chance to conversate during lunch. So I do want to kind of just start right off the bat with an opportunity just to let the folks and the viewers know what you do and how your role within health, nutrition, performance, not only has it kind of affected Kyle's performance, but how you kind of see it across the bowling industry, because you're not from the bowling industry, which I also think is very important to know.
Absolutely. So, again, like you said, my name is Dave Hintz. I own Underrated Muscle, and I'm a fitness nutrition coach, meaning I work with all types of people, bodybuilders, I work with lifestyle clients, I work with cancer patients, could be pregnant women. I work with people maybe coming off of surgery and needing rehab. So it's all walks of life. And the story is interesting in how I met Kyle in the sense that I'm from Chicago. We get cold winters. You know, people get bored. They look for things to do. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get into bowling. And how I came about that was I was on Instagram one day, and I'm just scrolling. You know how you scroll and weird things come up. I see a guy with an afro, a white guy with an afro, nonetheless, holding this gold eagle wearing a green jacket. And I'm like, dang, that looks cool. These guys are getting gold eagles in bowling. Man, I think it's, it's time for me to start bowling. And again, it's wintertime, so I'm like, I never had a ball drilled. I always used a house ball. I'm like, you know what? I'm going down to a local bowling alley. I'm going to get me a ball. I'm going to get it drilled, and I'm going to start bowling. So I go down to the local bowling alley, and I tell this guy, I say, hey, I'm looking to get my own ball custom drilled. He said, is there a company you have in mind? I said, well, I heard there's a company where these bowling balls smell like cupcakes and pie and stuff. And he goes, oh, you're looking for Storm. He throws the catalog on the counter. Who's on that catalog? Kyle Troop. I said, hey, that's the guy I seen on my Instagram. He goes, well, actually, he's bowling down the street this week at the Bowlero, Illinois Classic. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I got to go meet this guy. This guy, he seems cool. He fits my vibe, silly, got a great personality, So I go down there. I don't see no Kyle Troop. And I'm like, go up to a couple other bowlers. I'm like, hey, where's this guy with the afro that I see on Instagram? And they're like, yeah, he didn't make the cut, man. He bounced out early. So I'm like, dang, I want to meet this guy. So fast forward, I did talk to a couple of people at that tournament about health and fitness because I look at it as we need health and fitness in all walks of life. And I look at bowling as, heck, why don't we have health and fitness coaches in bowling? It's definitely something that I feel is needed. So you fast forward to July of last year. I saw Kyle was bowling the LBC Classic here in Illinois where I was at. So I hopped off a plane from a bodybuilding show I went to, I had some clients at, and sure enough, I see Kyle bowling. And what's he got in his hand? Drinking a beer. I don't know. Can I say that? Is he getting in trouble or something? Okay.
Yeah,
so
no,
he's
the
he's,
LBC tournament.
Okay, yeah. He's drinking a beer, and I'm like,
deals, yeah.
I'm like, hey, first off, can I get your autograph? And he's like, sure. And I said, also, should you be drinking that beer? And he's like, probably not. I got to get rid of this little bit of beer belly I got. He said, hey, listen, this is what I do for a living. I've been following you on Instagram. I love what you do. I love the sport. Let's see if we can figure something out, work out together. I can help you get in shape, and let's try to change the game of bowling for the better. So I think it was about a week or two after that, he contacted me, and he's like, yeah, I want to do this. So we hit it off from day one, and he took like a duck to water. And when I mean he took like a duck to water, he is 100% on point with his diet, training, cardio, nutrition, and supplementation. Anything that I ask him to do, he does it. Even if he doesn't like it, hey, you got to do a little more cardio this week, and we're not.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things we talked about this at lunch, right? We happened to cross paths and get hooked up there, but you did mention the fact that the accountability aspect.
100%.
You're obviously, when I look at these guys and girls, right, because I did the tour thing for a long time, I'd say, oh, I'm proud of them, right? Like, you're sticking to it and you're doing the deal. And I sensed that whenever you told that kind of intel to us earlier, right, that you're like, man, this guy, he checks in every week. He does what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
Like, he's in it to win it, right? Like, that's the deal.
Absolutely. And that's kind of the whole point is, in any walk of life, the whole point of life is, hey, look better, feel better, play better. That's what it comes down to sports. And I feel that every sport has went to that aspect except for bowling. So I look at it as like, okay, you know what? I love bowling. I like to see it grow as a sport. How do we get it to grow as a sport? I feel that we have to involve health and fitness. It's just the way that it's going. I see you guys have a PBA 50 tour, and I always kind of make the joke like, hey, why the 50-year-olds can't beat the 20-year-olds or the 30-year-olds? But we all understand that, hey, sports do take a wear and tear on your body.
Yeah, Father Time's undefeated.
right, for everybody, right? But that's kind of the thing is, like, I told Kyle and any of these other bowlers I work with, if I can prolong your career, just think about what that means for any athlete to play an extra year, maybe make some extra money on tour, develop their brand, and just health and longevity in general. So it is a huge benefit to it. And I can't take all the credit. I mean, I work with First Form Supplements, and they've been helping us as well. They sponsor Kyle Troop, and they give a lot of my bowlers all the supplements and products that they need on the road to stick to their diet, stick to their plan, and stay on top of their game.
Yeah, could you? And I think that's something we wanted to touch upon as well, right? Like, as far as the accountability, like for Kyle, like you said, he's checking with you. You built the diet, you built the workout regimen, you built all this stuff. But as you discussed with us earlier, it's one of those things, the nutrition aspect, and that's where the first form comes in, correct?
Absolutely. So even with somebody that is maybe has the luxury of being at home every day, you still need supplements to fill the holes and gaps of the day, meaning no one's going to sit down and eat 5-6 solid meals a day or take the time to prep that, and honestly, it gets expensive. So we know with these bowlers on the road, they're bowling long blocks. Hey, you guys said you've been here 12 hours a day, right? So
Yeah.
I would imagine everybody's diet's been a little bit off. Hey, are we drinking enough water? Are we getting
Yep.
enough nutrition?
Exactly.
And the number one thing is just getting enough protein in general. But it's just great now that in a sense that, hey, when Kyle's on the road, I'll tell you what, I'll make a bet. Go stop Kyle when he's on the road. You see him in the bowling alley. Check his bowling bag. It's not only going to be bowling balls in there. There's going to be protein bars and meat snacks.
Oh, no, yeah, and he made mention of that too, right? We talked about it.
Yeah.
He said something, I don't know, not too long ago. And we were talking about the protein bars, and he's like, oh, they taste good. They do this and that. And he even flat out said, he goes, I wasn't a fan of protein bars. He goes, but man, these first form, just with the ingredients and the taste, I go, yeah, I mean, I've had plenty of them over time too, right?
Right.
And a lot of times they taste like chalk, or they taste kind of blah.
Right.
And he's like, know that. And then obviously you talked to the jerky or I think beef sticks and other stuff, right?
Yes, the protein meat sticks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's funny because I'm out here sampling, and I've had the luxury to sample products at a couple demos now, right? So I've done demos at a couple tournaments. I was at Bowl Expo, the Lucy, and some other tournaments. But even like tonight, so a lady came over and she's like, hey, what is this? And I explained to people, hey, it's a protein bar. It's not like anything you see in the market. It's higher protein because it's got 20 grams of protein. But also it's gluten-free, no artificial flavors, So people try it and they go, wow, this doesn't taste like tree bark. Wow, it's
Right.
not dry,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a bigger bar. So that's the whole point is it's kind of like a meal replacement. And that's what we're looking for is a grab and go that you can place in your bag or just get a quick, easy snack when maybe you don't need a whole meal or you know that you have an hour or two before you can get that meal.
And what's funny you bring about that, I mean, you think about, and again, you touched upon other sports, and the first thing that popped into my mind is, I mean, we talk about the guys that are bigger in size, the guys that make me look small, right? NFL guys. Those guys are eating on the sidelines. They're staying hydrated on the sidelines.
Right.
And then it goes into, and we touched upon it in our conversation earlier, golfers. How many times you see a golfer walking down the fairway and they got, whether it's vegetables or a sandwich or something, because they're walking 18 holes. Well, in bowling, it's only 15 feet from the back of the approach to the foul line, but that's a lot of steps. And depending on if you're bowling a 7, 8, 9 game block, the number of steps you walk, you're in that same kind of window as a golfer, right? Like,
absolutely.
And so the fact that a lot of guys, girls, I know E mentioned it, he's seen a lot of girls doing on a women's tour. Even if you try and hey, I'm going to eat before I bowl. Well, is that the smartest thing you could do? Probably not.
Right. Well, put it this way. Why does everybody get tired after Thanksgiving dinner? Because they ate too much, and you know what I mean? It just bogs down the system. So even if you're trying to play a sport, even when they say, hey, you're going swimming, you got to wait an hour. I mean, do you really? No, but the whole point is, a solid meal is going to tax your digestive system to the point where, hey, it might slow down your mental game a little bit. It might slow down your physical game a little bit. So if you can grab a quick snack that just going to kind of keep your blood sugar where it needs to be, make sure that you're staying on top of your nutrient game. Same thing with, people drinking during, water and beverages during games. Me personally, like if you see right there, Kyle Troop, he just moved his stuff over here. He's drinking electrolytes, okay? So it could be like Gatorade Zero or Powerade Zero, because a lot of times, water is great, but it doesn't always.
It doesn't
give
have
you
everything that you need to
100%,
recharge, right?
100%. And we know, like I'm
or
sitting
stay
here,
on point, right?
I'm sitting here in the booth and I'm like, hey, it's a little warm over here. You guys got lights, you got cameras and whatnot, but we know that, hey, bowling alleys, they can get dry, the whole 9 yards. But the bottom line is keeping his blood sugar where it needs to be, keeping his nutrients on top of where it is, so he can perform at his best. It's just one less thing that these guys have to worry about. I tell Kyle and these guys all the time, I'm not a bowling coach. I can't help you there. But if I can eliminate the whole process of what do I eat today? Did I eat enough? Did I not eat too much? Did I sleep well? What am I supposed to train today? Am I overtraining, undertraining? Should I be doing more cardio, less cardio? What supplements should I be taking? Do I need a multivitamin? Do I need maybe creatine? Do I need more protein powders or branch chain aminos, whatever it is.
Right.
I eliminate that from them. So whatever their game is, that's one less thing to worry about. If that makes sense to you,
Absolutely.
right?
Sure does.
So they don't second guess at the end of the day and say, "Man, I shouldn't have ate that burger and fries last night because I didn't sleep well," and then now you got to go bowl a block, and then you're not feeling well. So that's kind of the whole thing is like keep these guys fresh every single day like it's the first day. I mean, I was explaining to you earlier that I feel like when these pro bowlers go on tour, every Monday is a fresh start because maybe these guys were at home or they got a good night's sleep.
Absolutely.
But as the week wears on, we know that's where the athlete is tested.
Yep.
Did they sleep well? Did they eat well? You know, maybe they
They're
went on
staying
and
hydrated the right way.
Right, maybe they had a couple cocktails the night before that they shouldn't have. But as the week goes on, I can all but guarantee Kyle feels the same way on Thursday, Friday, Saturday as he does on Monday and Tuesday. And that's where the players are going to have the advantage of health, fitness, and nutrition because then they can recover. And you know, once they get on that tour, 8 weeks, 10 weeks in a row without a break,
absolutely,
your body starts to break down.
Your body's going to break down for
sure.
Right,
so when you have a real athlete, they're going to start to shine, and you're going to see that come through not only week to week in the later matches, but as the season goes on and on. So that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to make bowling healthy. We're trying to bring a fitness twist to it because, again, we've seen it happen with golf, we've seen it happen with tennis, and it's just a matter of time. And even like I was telling you, I feel the college players, they are already getting it. Some of these college players are in pretty good shape.
Oh, absolutely.
They're coming up through the ranks. So I told Kyle, hey, you want to keep these college players off your back?
Keep them in check. Hey, dude, in case you didn't notice, you're getting old.
Right. Yeah, better start doing some more squats.
Yep.
So.
And so, and I don't know if you even chime in on this. One thing I think that, we're talking about Kyle because you're here, he's here. But you mentioned, I guess, kind of the stable, if you will. There's other players on tour because Kyle's not just the lone guy.
Correct. I also work with Bill O'Neill. Hey, just got the Hall of Fame this year. He won a doubles tournament with Belmo.
Yep.
Also working with Darren Tang, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
he just won
earlier.
two. Yeah, he just won 2 regionals so far. Is it a coincidence? Maybe not. Working with Chris Vai. Chris Vai had one heck of a year. Also work with AJ Johnson, and you know what? He had a pretty solid year as well. And I'm also working with Packy.
Okay.
So my thing is I have a pretty good mix of guys, and it's a great group of guys. I mean, the whole thing is like, hey, we're trying to have fun at the same time. I'm not sitting there like a drill sergeant. Hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. But at the end of the day, if I can give them the support they need, they're going to be more confident. And we know that confidence in the mental game is huge.
In this
it's
game.
huge.
Absolutely.
Like I even told Darren Tang, I'm like, Darren, just keep making match play. The more experience you get in match play, you're going to be making those TV shows. And guess what? I'm not a bowling coach, but we got to get him there. And so far, he's been crushing it.
Yeah. So we got our hands up because Kyle left a 5-pin. So if he misses this, we're getting free cocktails.
Okay, I'm putting my hand up.
And because Bree, his wife's down here, she's like, you guys better raise your hands. So making sure he picks it.
He ain't gonna miss it.
All right. I guess you got off the hook with that one. But
no pressure, Kyle. No pressure.
Anyway, it's interesting, right? When you have and you look at the guys that you referenced, right, and you made mention to it of that crew. Bill is the older statesman of that group. But you got guys that are in there. You got some 30s, the early 30s,
right.
kind of deal. And like you mentioned, the younger generation coming up. And again, I think we talked about this a little bit earlier today, too. Just the national size of humans now. And we talk about us old guys sitting here in the booth talking about stuff, right?
Right.
I was an exception to the rule because I didn't stop growing until I was 22, right? But the younger kids are just bigger, stronger, faster, naturally. Before they get hooked up with somebody like you or, like you mentioned, other sports where, man, I can remember when I was a kid, we played multiple sports, you did this, and parents were like, hey, by the way, you got to pick one because we can't just go everywhere all at once. And now these kids are like, they're specialized at age 10.
Man.
They've already got a trainer, they got this and that, or travel baseball. This is what we're doing. It's a pipeline. Okay.
Right. Well, and like we were saying earlier, these kids have a shorter learning curve. They can learn on YouTube, and not only that, they got better facilities. When I was in high school, first off, my high school did not have bowling. And it barely had a gym.
There's still a lot of states that don't have high school bowling, right?
Okay.
But then you got parts of the Midwest, like where because I'm originally from Illinois, outside of St. Louis, right?
Gotcha.
In that pocket, you get Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. They got junior high bowling.
Wow.
Then you come out to the West. California does not have high school bowling.
Yeah.
And so you got parts of the country where high school bowling is not a thing.
Okay.
And so it's just dependent of the pocket and where you're at. And, man, sometimes it's really serious. Kind of like, as we know, Friday nights in Texas, right? Friday nights are football, and baseball's another big thing down there. But football, Friday, like, you drive by a stadium, you look, I'm like, wow, what college is that? You're like, oh, no, that's a high school team.
Heck, it's probably a Pee-wee team.
Oh, my God.
Dude, that Pee-wee team, the kids are beasts.
That's the deal, right?
Right.
But you're right. As far as the kids, we've had some young, a couple young ones bowling, right? And again, they're fast tracked to this level. But again, and we talked about it. And I think this is something we want to touch upon. Just given your background and what you do, we discussed it at lunch. We don't know what the longevity of two-handers are.
Correct.
And we talked about the back issues. And I think, again, and Kyle will tell you, I can remember, early on. Again, I've been in and out as a tour rep. Times are like, oh, man, I got a twinge in my leg or my lower back. This is all part of the bigger picture of the longevity.
Correct. I feel like two-handers, we all know, if heck anybody can kind of spot it, is there's going to be some type of an imbalance from the left to right. I mean, even look at my bowler, Chris Vi. Man, he's got one arm bigger than the other. It's just simple fact. But me as a coach, I come in and say, okay, let's try to balance this out.
Let's fix that.
Right, so we can do more isolateral movements on one side versus the other and try to balance it. Because like you said, if these guys are leaning one way, again, I'm not a bowler, but I see a one-hander isn't leaning as much as a two-hander.
Correct.
And that's the thing is these guys are bowling hours and hours every day. Mm-hmm. You're going to have some type of imbalance. How do we make sure that we avoid that the best that we can? So that's another great thing with training, mobility, working on flexibility. Me and Kyle just kind of started a little more of a mobility program in the offseason because I asked for his feedback. Hey, how do you feel? What are you thinking? Anything that you feel that we can improve on? And he said, well, it's offseason. I feel great, but I want to work on a little bit of mobility now that we have time. Because again, hey, you're in the season. He might not have as much time to do that.
Correct.
So that's always kind of like, I kind of use an analogy too. If you look at professional football, these guys bulk in the offseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Season comes, they're busy. They might not always have the time to train. No different than a bowler. Not saying I'm trying to bulk Kyle Troop up to look like Ronnie Coleman, but in the sense that, hey, if we can build that lean muscle tissue and keep everything in check in that offseason and work on the imbalances or whatever he needs, now when he gets into a season, he doesn't need to be in the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week. If he can get in there every other day or maybe just hit a little bit of cardio in there, he's going to be fine. It's going to carry him through that week.
It's going to push through.
Yeah, absolutely. At least he's got a little bit of off time to kind of make it up. So that's kind of what the whole point of it is. And you see right now, he's bowling a pretty solid game.
Yeah, it could be 3 in a row here.
See, like I said, there we go.
It's a good preview shot, of course. Don't forget, folks, the action match is coming up next. Kyle Troop will take on Matt Jones.
Jonesy's happens to be right here on lane 11 and 12.
Approximately, we're going to say it's 10 still, but there'll be some items to do. They got to run the lanes, et cetera, and so forth. So we're saying 10 local, midnight Central, 1 a.m. Eastern time. Shout out to Rob here, shout of course in the chat. Actually talking about fitness. Jay Santos asks how much does Dave bench? What you benching over there, Dave?
Not as much as I probably look like I do. Back in the day, I'm going to tell you something. So I was always a guy that was probably more show and less go. All right, so I can lift some weight. So I would say the best that I did was 405 for about 5 reps. I never pushed singles only because I never wanted to tear my chest. And I believe me, I had a couple buddies that did it. It doesn't look pretty. It doesn't.
That does not sound appealing whatsoever.
No. So I benched 405 a couple times, and I'm going to tell you, even just to have that weight on your wrists, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
you're a big boy, though. I'd imagine you probably benched 5. Come on.
No chance.
He said no chance.
Yeah. It's kind of like the deal of when people look at my size and they're like, oh, did you play football? And I go, no. And they're like, wait, what? I go, yeah, I wasn't always this size, right? Like,
right.
Because a funny one off topic here. We used to do the Chris Paul. We used to do some charity events with the PBA.
Yeah.
And Storm became a sponsor of it, and we'd have athletes and celebs and stuff like that. And I'll forget the fun one was Michael Strahan, right?
Okay.
Michael Strahan was a sack leader in the NFL, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's a little guy. He's only like 6'2".
I didn't know that. I thought he was taller than that.
He comes in. He came in the one year we were in L.A., and he comes up to me and he taps me on the chest. He's like, yo, big dog, what's up? I go, hey, man, what's going on? He's like, man, I got to ask. He goes, man, that's cool. He was hooked in the whole bowling thing, right?
Yeah.
He goes, man, where'd you play ball at? I go, what do you mean? He's like, oh, you had to play like football somewhere. Right. I go, no. He goes, for real? I go, well, I didn't. And then I told him, I said, man, I didn't realize how small you are. He goes, yeah, well, he goes, I shrunk a little bit. I go, yeah, but not just overall size. Because now when you see these guys, like I was watching the game. I think it was last night we were watching the game. Like, that guy, 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". I'm like, man, I don't even come up to their shoulder.
Right.
And I'm just under 6'5", right? Like it's again, the mass and the size of people, and it's one of those things. But
so you wasted your talent, is what you're basically saying.
Well, I already had bad ankles, bad knees. I mean, I had injuries from playing baseball, basketball,
Gotcha.
other stuff. Right? I mean, basketball was kind of the thing, when I was growing up.
I think
where I was from.
Troop's going on 5 here.
Yeah, he's got spare 4-bagger working.
He's looking for 5. Actually, on the screen now.
That's a ham bone. Is that what you guys call it, a ham bone?
Yeah. Well, we have to thank Rob Stone for that, right? His nickname that we actually call him, those of us that know him, we call him ham bone because he helped kind of bring that to the deal.
Gotcha.
Because you get turkey, you got 4-bagger, this and that. And he's like, it needs to be something. And,
Gotcha. See,
ham bone created the ham bone.
I'm still learning because my first experience with bowling was Atari 2600.
Yeah,
you guys remember that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, and I did not say that to come up with this, but Kyle Troop is on the 2026 PBA game coming out, which is pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid.
I'm excited for that. Absolutely.
On the screen currently is a QR code from Kyle's First Form page. So if you're curious about all of the items that Dave's been talking about, especially with regard to the protein jerky, the bars, of course, and the other supplements, be sure to scan that QR, and you can learn more about what's going down with certainly First Form.
And then I think the other thing, too, is, Dave, we want to get your handles on socials where people, if they want to reach out to you and contact you, because, again, you're not just bowling is just a fragment of all the stuff that you do. So can they follow you on socials? Can they reach out to you?
Absolutely.
Communicate?
My Instagram is underrated with 2 R's and then an underscore and muscle. So if you get to the underrated, type the 2 R's, it's probably going to pop up.
Okay.
Yeah, it should pop up.
Nice.
But, other than that, that's basically it. I mean, I don't really use my Twitter or Facebook, stuff like that. But anybody have any questions, please absolutely hit me up. So I don't care if it's fitness, nutrition, supplement related. Again, I work with a lot of athletes in a lot of different spaces.
Well, and that's what we were talking about earlier today, right? Like, you started rattling off all these different spaces.
Yep.
And again, it's not even so much that it's has to be related to sports.
Right.
And you touched upon it when you sat down. It's life in general.
Right.
It's lifestyles. People coming out of surgeries, people battling cancer, people, whatever the case may be.
Correct.
It's just, okay, well, man, how do I fix this, right? Like, that's where you come in.
And that's what's cool is because typically you'll get a 20-some, 30-some-year-old, and they want more performance, better sports, better recovery. Then you get people that are into their maybe 40s, 50s, and then they're more about
like
longevity.
Me. I'm just fat.
Well,
I'm short for my weight.
Excuse me. But, yeah, it's longevity. I mean, I'm at that age now where, hey, I used to be a bodybuilder back in the day, and then now you're going, hey, I want to live to be, 80, 90, 100. So it's, fitness is just needed across the board. We all know health is wealth, and there's a lot of good information out there that a lot of people didn't have in the 80s and 90s, but that's good.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, again, I saw someone type something in this chat about moderation, and absolutely it is 110%. A lot of times people want to take shortcuts. Hey, I got to work out more. Or, I got to eat less and starve myself. Or, hey, I want to bulk up. I got to eat super high calorie foods. And you're correct. It is moderation. Everything in moderation. So what's the point of training every day of the week if your body doesn't recover from it, right? So exactly. So that was a great comment on there. But again, anybody have any questions, hit me up. Feel free. Heck, you can even ask Kyle questions. He'll direct you my way. Or
absolutely.
He might be able to help you because he knows a lot now.
Or some of the other guys. Like you said, some of the Chris Vi and Darren Tang and some of the other, those guys are accessible.
Absolutely.
And they can help channel you to you, Dave. And just looking across the scoreboard here, down, I see we got a 270 pace down there on 17 and 18. On the right screen, on the 18, obviously we got animation. That's strike, spare, 3-bagger, spare.
Yeah.
Decent game going. Speaking of, Kyle's got a decent game. He's talking with his bowling balls with hand motions. And then, I think again, like we've talked about, these 2-game sprints, you got some people the way they came off their first pair with what they thought they had, and then they get the next pair and like, wait, this is not the same thing that I was doing on my first pair.
Well, for Kyle in particular, he is, he was leading after the first game. He shot 213 and actually kind of lower scoring game one across the board. 213 for Kyle. Robbie Patterson had 208. Dallas Leong had 206. Brandon Dotson had 201. All right, so and Brennan Hall 199, Brandon Matthews 192, Troy Blickenstaff 191. So for Kyle, this is an opportunity to pick up another grand prior to the action match,
that'd be nice.
potentially.
Maybe Coach can get a cut at that. The coach's cut.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go.
It's a good name for
So
a
you get the
podcast.
trademark on that.
Right.
Wesley Lowe's at 189, so he's got an opportunity as well. And he already won a sweeper yesterday, speaking of Wes.
Mm-hmm.
Look out.
Wes is a good dude. I know him too.
Oh,
That's
hey
what's
now.
cool.
Got a wet cleanup on lane 9. Well, as deals, the machine got a little voodoo action into it.
While we wait on that, good idea. An opportunity to throw up the standings on the screen. Again, this is just after one game, only 2 game sweepers. And then at the conclusion of this game, folks, I just pinned the link to the action match. Go ahead and open it now. Just click, and so that way you'll have that link and the event ready in another tab. Again, we're about 35, 40 minutes away. Again, they got to pay people out for the sweeper, oil the lanes, and so I'm saying probably between 10 and 10:15 local time, just as an FYI.
Which, by the way, on the East Coast, it's really late. We know that's a thing.
Correct.
We're just getting them ready for the NBA season. How they're doing those late night games.
Yeah,
right?
that's seemingly there seemingly is no time. There's no time windows anymore. It's like, yeah,
they're going to be watching the Lakers and Golden State at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah. So now we're going to have a. Looks like they're working on mechanic back there working on lane 9. Hopefully that's nothing major in terms of getting that fixed. We'll see how it shakes out. But looking down, like I said, scoreboard 17 and 18, pretty good. Not a whole lot of clean games happening right now. Obviously Jonesy, again, local Hall of Famer. He's the one in the action match with Kyle in a while. He's shooting 180. Yeah, so obviously you had a little trouble there to start the game. Down, let's see, 99 left. Yeah, there's nothing jumping off the screen at me looking across the board.
Real quick, Dave, before you were scrolling Instagram and came across Kyle, had you bowled at all, like or at least on a regular or semi-regular basis?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. Very little. My family would take me on Easter and New Year's.
Okay.
Oh, then I would do the moonlight bowling with my buddies once in a while.
Okay.
Where you get the head pin?
Sure.
Yeah, colored head pin, yep.
Right. But I never, like I said, I never had my own custom ball. And now I got about 40 of them. And
the addiction is
that's
real.
What
folks.
happens.
It just happens. Like I don't need it, but I should have it.
Yeah. They got me on that. I got a big array of balls that smell and everything else.
Back to Kyle, 9th frame.
Nice.
He's action match ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like I forgot who or Eddie Van Daniker shot 268 in the first sweeper after shooting like 160 or 150.
Yeah,
that's not the case here for Kyle, but we haven't seen a lot of players shoot 260, and so it is rare when an opportunity does present itself.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are again. So he can just go ahead and put this away potentially.
I'm gonna say Wesley's gonna. Where's that looking at? 220.
Yep.
And down on.
I don't see much else happening.
17, like I said, only game 17 and 18. The gentleman stepping up. What was it 17? Right now? He's clean through 9 or 8.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's had a decent game. Oh, looks pretty good. That was 10 back.
Be curious who that is. I wonder if that's Jason Craig. If so, he's going to be in the mix here for a check. Perhaps not for the win, because that looks like it's going to belong.
My man, Kyle True.
To Kyle True.
See, he's got his protein shake out there, too.
So he knows he gets another shot. It's a 10th frame.
What's your favorite flavor protein shake?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot. I would have to say probably cookies and cream.
All right.
Pretty solid. It's got a little bit of cookie chunks in it. Yeah,
oh, nice.
Solid, yeah. But, yeah, First Form makes a ton of good ones. To give you an example, they make one post-workout, which is basically it's an isolate, so it digests a little bit faster. Root beer float.
Ooh.
And it tastes like the bottom of a root beer float after it melts. And another one they got is CTC, which stands for Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but obviously they can't say that.
Can't say that.
And that one
they
is
got rules
solid
against
too.
that. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Cinnamon, you can't go wrong with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, not at all.
Again, scan that QR, folks. You can learn all about what First Form has to offer. You're going to help Kyle Troop out at the same time. If you need to purchase anything, that's the link for you to do so.
I think it's a mutual help.
And I will say this, if I can, Ace Mitchell is now a distributor of First Form products.
There you go.
So Troop is on a heater right now. Yep. So, yeah, guys, Ace Mitchell is now a distributor of First Form protein bars and meat sticks. So if your pro shop or bowling center wants to carry that, just reach out to Ace Mitchell. They will hook you up. And what's great about it, they can buy it by the box or the single bar stick to try it, so they can put it in their vending machines, pro shop, and bowling centers. And that's what we're doing, just trying to make it a healthier sport. And as we get that launched and into these centers, you never know what's going to happen. We pick up more pro bowlers, maybe pick up some women pro bowlers, maybe even sponsor a tour stop. That's my dream, you know what I mean? So I want to see the 1P logo splattered all over the place, maybe hit a tour stop in the next year or two. So that's what we're working on. But the way he's bowling, we got a pretty good shot at that.
You got that right. Big goals, big dreams. And if you're a fan of, obviously, bowling, which if you're watching this, you probably are, that's huge, especially for the industry. Troop. There it is. And there it is. Oh, he's ready. 268.
Wow. It was funny. I just asked him before his match. I said, what's the high score today? And he goes, I don't know, maybe like a 2. What was the high today, 270-something?
The high today was actually 268. Yesterday was 276.
So he tied the high or he got the high?
No, he tied it.
I think he tied it for the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Across the, the 2 qualifying squads.
So that means he's got to buy me a late dinner?
Maybe.
No, maybe. Did he get a grand or did he not get a grand?
No,
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
It's not
Just
confirmed
there.
yet.
Not confirmed, but
he's 81 over. That's probably going to get it done. Final shots going down on 13 through 16. Wesley shot 226, right? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So, he'll be in the mix. He'll be in the running for another check.
Yeah, it just depends on what the folks up top did. Robbie Patterson's like there's some frustration there. Yeah, Robbie's only posting 170 if he picks a spare. Yeah, high on that pair is 180 something. So
he started well in the first sweeper too. Speaking of Robbie,
yeah. And again, he's a urethane guy, right? And he likes playing them, carving a pattern with the 10 minutes of practice. You can get them carved the right way, but then if you go to the next pair and they don't carve it that same way, your ball reaction gets a little squirrely. All right, we're watching looks like a closing shots here.
Yeah, Aaron Yamamoto all the way down on he's next door, I should say. On 17, finishing up. Yep. He just tossed his last shot.
And Robbie's going to toss the final shot of this sweep around.
Mr. Hintz, before we let you go, kind of give the folks listening kind of maybe one one final thing that you feel is most important, especially as bowlers, with regards to health and fitness, things they maybe should be paying attention to if we don't, and then the role that we can play to help grow, continue to grow the sport, but also, adding in someone like yourself, certainly first form and underrated muscle.
I think the biggest thing that anybody can do in any sport is consistency, right? So you guys practice to get better, right?
True story.
No
Absolutely.
days off, right?
Absolutely.
So you
No
guys are
days off,
practicing to get better at bowling. It's no different in health and fitness. So I always tell people, what's the worst part about your job or work? It's getting there, right? Everybody wakes up, I don't want to go to work, and then all of a sudden you get there, it's like, okay, I'm here. Same thing, health and fitness, it's no different. The hardest part about the gym is getting to the gym. You get there, you're fine. Same thing with eating. Hardest part is probably making those meals. But if you got those meals prepared, you put them in the fridge, you're good for a day or two. Same thing. I tell people, you don't negotiate with yourself. If you try to negotiate with yourself, you're going to lose, right? You don't listen to that chip on the guy that's saying, hey, do it tomorrow,
True story,
do it an
yeah.
hour, do it later. I had a saying once, and I told my buddies, he started laughing. He goes, what do you do to get motivated so you don't sit around all day? I said, I have a 10-second rule. If I don't get up in 10 seconds, a puppy dies. He started laughing. But, it's that's what I say. You don't negotiate with yourself, right? So you don't sit there and go, hey, later tomorrow, because it's always going to be later tomorrow. But that's the thing, is just consistency and taking little steps. Don't try to reinvent the wheel in one day. So I always tell people, when health and fitness, hey, maybe you drink sodas or maybe you're drinking something that's got calories in it. Take that out. That's step one. Just do that for the first week. There's your step one. Step two maybe is adding in some walking, 15 minutes a day, okay? And then step three is maybe you want to clean up one or two of your meals. So if you take it in steps, you're going to be more consistent. It's going to be easier. It's not a huge, drastic change. And then if you do that over time, I always look at it as 1% better every day. You get 1% better every day. We're not trying to get 100% better every day. 1% better every day, hey, that's 365% better at the end of the year, which we know ain't going to happen. But, again, little steps is all it takes. Don't try to reinvent the wheel and change things overnight. Just take it in steps.
That's perfect. That's perfect, my man. Thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate you guys for having me. I love this stuff. I love being involved. I mean, guess what? I get to say Cal Troop's my buddy. Not many people can say that, right? Right?
True story.
So it's all good. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, Dave, we'll let you go. We'll make sure I stop by the booth. You're here the rest of the weekend?
Yes,
correct?
I'll be here tomorrow. I won't be here Sunday, but I will
Gotcha.
be here tomorrow. So anybody wants to come out, sample the products, feel free to come out, ask any questions you have. Absolutely.
So Brooklyn Rob, come on out and sample the products if you have it.
100%.
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, Brooklyn Rob, he's a bowler. He's big into the workout thing. That's why he was asking questions, right? So, get out here, dude.
Yep, come on out.
All right, thank you, Dave.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That is Dave Hintz of Underrated Muscle. We will hold for the final standings, which generally is pretty quick.
Yeah, I think Theo should have these pumping out here fairly quickly, right?
Yeah, I think actually I should refresh right now. He's almost there.
Almost got it.
4 scores remaining. And I'll throw those on the screen, and then there'll be some time in between. We'll take care of some business. I'm going to move a camera.
I was going to say, we got moving some stances and just kind of blocking it off. That way we can kind of get people, let them sit down in the settee area, but, again, give these guys some room to play the game and make some noise here in a little while, yeah?
So Kyle is undoubtedly won the sweeper. Wesley Lowe looks like he has finished second at plus 66. Blair Caps at plus 3. It's 325. Wesley got 400. And Kyler Adams looks like he snuck in fourth at 250. Unofficial to this point, but.
Yeah, with the -9, we got couple more scores to pop in there.
Slim, run that down for me one more time if you don't mind. I'm going to try to move this real quick.
All right. Yeah, so like we said, unofficial. We've got, the cash spots. We had 24 entrants in this sweeper. Again, it was $1,000 guaranteed, $100 buy-in. Kyle Troop, 213, 268, 41 for his 2 games. Second place, Wesley Lowe at plus 15. Blair Kappas plus 3, and he had 235 that last game. So he got it cranking, and then like you said, Kyler snuck in there the 4 hole -9, collecting again, $100 buy-in. Makes 150. Let's see if I can get this to refresh right quick. And I'm going to guess could be that Theo's still waiting for score sheets. In the interim, we're waiting to see. Nope, stays in there. All right. We got E. We're doing some shuffling here, moving some cameras around, and as you probably see, what's happening out in front of you. We're going to bring the lane machine out. We're going to get the lane Zamboni going, get it all, get the lanes doctored up, and we're going to have some action bowling. And again, we're talking dollars amounts per game. It's going to be fun. It's going to be should be loud, should be fun, and we have quite a few folks. I will say, from a fan standpoint, right here behind us, quite a few folks that are not bowling the tournament that are here hanging out and have come out to watch this match unravel. So that just speaks volumes with the advertising and bringing this type of match and environment to life. There are a lot of folks who are gonna check it out and make it happen. We got he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna take that. Oh, you're coming home with me, he says. He picks up the title belt for the Asian Open. But he's getting the camera moved over here. Again, we're going to use 11 and 12 is going to be the deal. And as we watch, you probably see, I'm not good. I'm not going to touch all the buttons and knobs because I don't know how these cameras, what's connected to what. But I can just give you a play-by-play. I'm feeling like a baseball announcer right now. We got a lot of moving stuff happening. I will tell you that Jonesy and Kyle both. We got the Aberlon pads. We're cranking on some cover stocks. We're making some dust, if you will, to get these balls prepped and ready for this cash action match forthcoming. And he's helping. Like I said, we're getting some stuff squared away. So, again, we thank everybody who's been logging on and watching. What do we got here? There were pros putting the cash up. It's I appreciate that reference there, Thomas. More pros, more cash. Again, as I mentioned, action bowling is kind of a lost art, if you will. As I'd mentioned, if you've been listening to the telecasts, or the streams, back in the day, those of you that are old enough to remember, Rudy Revs was Rudy Kazamakis. Shout out to him. Bowls on the senior tour now. Rudy was one of the kings of action bowling on the East Coast, right? And you had that was just kind of a way of life. You had people that's how bowlers that's how they made a living, right? You just traveled around bowling action matches, and it's just not much of a thing anymore. I got to tell you, you're not going to, travel around and go, oh, hey, who's up for bowling for $500 a game or $1,000 a game or something like that, right? It's just a different. I think it's just different the way it is now. And I know when this all started a few years ago, Carl did, we did have Robert Smith versus Greg Thompson Jr. And, the discussion was, hey, let's get some more people and have more matches all at once. But again, it comes up to, who wants to step up, who wants to play the game, who wants to do it, right? And unfortunately, that's kind of what it is. But, we've got, oh, yeah, there we go. Carl's. Okay.
Go to the bar. I think JJ wants me to say that anyway. So you guys want to head to the bar and get some drinks? We'll definitely get started a little bit after we run all the lanes. Thank you.
All right, here we go. All right, did we get something official? We did. Okay.
Says, drinks on him. Thank you. Congratulations.
Is that true?
I don't know. The way he's moving, I'm going to say no.
Okay. All right, let me just throw those on the screen real quick. One final time. There it is.
Troop, there it is.
And again, pinned link, chat, again, pinned link. Go ahead and click the action match. Just open it now. We will start.
Get your popcorn ready.
They're all in lanes right now, so this will not take very long to begin. All right, so pop on over to that link right now. We'll probably start it up in about 5 minutes or so, and then if we don't start immediately, I'll just throw a message up. We're going to start at approximately this time, so you're already ready to go, and you don't have to wait too much longer. All right, Schlemer, thank you for handling that. Big thanks to Dave Hintz.
Yeah.
For underrated muscle in first form. Hopefully somebody learned something, and we'll reach out to him for some additional info and get going on their health and fitness journey. And shout out to B3 Performance's Mike Calderon. Hopefully we'll see Mike again tomorrow and chat a little bit more with him. Now that Carl has the official results, we'll just hear those out, but you can see them on the screen.
-9 for $250 goes to Kyler Adams. I hope I pronounced his last name right. Blair Kappas. And at a +3, $325. Second place, Wesley Lowe at +15 for $400. And Kyle Troop, first place for +81 for $1,000.
And there it is. All right, for all involved, including Carl and Kathy Ong, JJ here at Bowlero, Kyrene. Again, our special guest, Dave Hintz and Mike Calderon. A sweeper 2 is in the books, and it is now time for dessert. Action match time. Kyle Troop versus Matt Jones. Click the pinned link, and we will see you over there shortly. For Chris Schlemer, my name is Emil Williams Jr. Appreciate you watching the sweepers. We'll see you on the other side here on Bowlstream TV.